right, I'm going to tell you something that every single professional artist knows that when you first start out and you're brand new, that it's kind of hard to understand, and it's not, you don't really see the importance of it until you get to a certain point in your art learning. So I want to talk about what that is and how it's going to help you, and pretty much something that literally every professional does. Okay? Before that, I want to thank you very much for watching. Do me a huge favor and subscribe. I'm going to be posting every day, and I would love to hear your feedback. Is there something that you want to learn, and I will do a video on it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So as I'm talking here, I'm going to work on this guy a little bit, and I might talk about him a bit, and I'm also going to talk to you about the problem I'm talking about. Okay, really quickly. So when you first start drawing, especially me, I remember starting to draw at about 18 years old. I went into it with a kind of exuberance and very much like, how do you say, curiosity for learning. And something that really stood out to me was that I noticed there's a lot of information to learn, like quite a lot. I was kind of overwhelmed in the beginning when you kind of like jump into this. In the beginning, you're pretty much like a sponge. You're learning stuff. You pick anything and everything, draw anything and everything. You're pretty much a sponge and you're learning everything. You're new to everything, and that's kind of fun, right? At any direction you turn within this art journey, you will find something interesting to learn and new to learn, and that's really fun. And you can apply it, and as you kind of start doing things, you get better, and it creates this kind of momentum in your favor. Um, some people lose that eventually and falls a little bit to the wayside. But something that I think is really important, and I talk about this once in a while, is you must, and I say this for 99% of you, okay? And this is something you must do this in stages, okay? What do I mean by that? And what am I talking about? I remember back when I was learning to draw as well, young me, young Enrique, young sketch monster. I remember I was, okay, I was more or less, I was trying to jump right into the details immediately because it looked fun and there was some sort of satisfactory feeling about drawing these little lines and stuff like that. Um, and that was all wrong, right? Why is that wrong? So when you start right off with the details, especially as a new artist, for a picture you're not even sure about, you're biting off too big of a piece at once, right? So the proper thing to do was to think in stages, and so that your mind can handle it, right? You don't want to be spinning 10 different plates. You don't want to be thinking about anatomy, structure, maybe certain specific, physiology, like this is like a monster or whatever. Um, Direction, maybe balance, perspective. You don't want to be thinking about all of that. If you have all that stuff in your head at once, it doesn't go well, right? It's not good. It's like, again, you have like 10 different pasta plates that you're taking to the restaurant, and you're like, dang, and they fall somewhere. And you get mixed up or you get exhausted. So, basically, what you should do, and what every professional does, is, and even all the way to their entire career, unless you're Kim Jong Gi or something, you will do stuff in stages. I mean, there are certain things that you know so well, you pretty much have them tattooed to your mind, and it doesn't really matter. But in general, you do things in stages. So, for example, when I drew this guy, you'll see some pencil lines around here. I'm thinking first, let's just say, about like the bulk of his body, right? The roundness of his rib cage and what direction his shoulders are going to be at. I'm literally just thinking in very simplistic shapes first. That's it. A round part for the head right there. And I'm thinking, okay, think in simple shapes. I overlap these shapes and I'm thinking, all right, well, I got his shoulder here. I'm thinking of his arm as a tube. That's all I'm thinking. I'm not thinking anything about anatomy. I'm taking it from step one, thinking in simple shapes, simple forms. Sorry, I put my hand right there and it blurs the camera. Um, that would be like stage one, right? Stage one could be a stick figure. Whatever stage one is, stay on one stage. Then, when you draw that entire figure in, right? Let's say you finish that whole thing, you laid it out, you have a good idea of the positioning of the body. Stage two begins. Now it's kind of like, okay, I am gonna think about maybe right here I'm thinking, okay, anatomy, or it could be, yeah, I would say like anatomy, all right, anatomy of the arm, or I could go over here and think about the way the face, like the direction of the face, and where that's gonna be, where the eyes gonna be located. You doing everything piece by piece, um, like you're a team, pretty much, right? Like you have the version of you that thinks of the stick figure, you have a version of you that thinks of the volume of the arm, you have the version of you that thinks of the anatomy, and you have the version of you that thinks of small details or, you know, certain design elements. You are separating yourself into different people at different times to take care of different tasks. Yeah, you are thinking of those things, and yeah, you know, like that's something that a lot of people tend to rush in. And for me, for many years as a new person, I would rush in so fast, and it would just screw up the whole thing. It would mess up the whole drawing, and that's just not the way you do it. Now I'm much more procedural, right? I'm taking stuff step by step. I'm making sure the whole, you know, outline is in first. It doesn't have to be super perfect, but close enough. And if it's a sketch, you can still just doodle. But I'm talking about for more finished drawings. Sorry if it's blurring out, by the way. Hopefully it's not blurring out too badly. But that's what you have to do. And I notice the more patient and the more experienced you get, the slower and more procedural I get. And I want you to do that now because you're going to have to do it anyway. Chances are you're just going to make a mistake like I did, go too fast, and you'll spend years trying to unlearn these really bad habits of rushing in. So go step by step. If you don't know the steps, go check out my website, sketchmonsterart.com. There's free book, there's free PDFs there on learning. There's free articles that'll give you a lot of tools to really survive. Go check that out. That is a great resource. And that's pretty much it. Okay. I want to thank you very much. Like I said before, if you like the video, please share it. This is kind of new, I guess. Please share it. I want to hear your comments. If you, I read every single comment, by the way. So say it and I will read it. All right. I want to thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna be here every day. So talk to you very soon. All right. I'll put this down right over here and see. Like next, I would work on this side right there of this guy. I don't know what the name of this character is gonna be. Let me know what the name is. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon, and we'll talk next time. See you later.